Well, it's an interesting thing is unfortunately last year both my parents passed away within a 4 month span. So my father in July, my mother in November. So my sister being kind of the head of the family, she's like, I know you never come home for Christmas, which is New York, Long Island, but I think we should all be together this Christmas. I'm like, okay, I'll come home for Christmas. I always do Thanksgiving, love Thanksgiving, but Christmas for me is for kids. But you know what? I'll come home. We all crashed at her place, at her house. And me and my brother shared the den, her den. So he got the couch, I got a blow up bed. In the morning, he's like, Jim, you've got a problem. I'm like, can you be more specific? I mean, I know I have problems. So what are you talking about? He goes, you snore like a chainsaw and you stop breathing in your sleep and you're choking and when you're breathing. I'm like, well, I'm single, not married, no partner, no nothing. So I wouldn't know this. So it was out of getting the family together, something came about from that. So I went to my ENT, my sleep doctor, Dr. Slaughter, and I said, hey, this is what I'm being told. Didn't know it, sent me home with a sleep test, and next thing you know, I'm having 38 episodes an hour. My heart rate had got up to 196 beats a minute because, yeah, because my brain was trying to wake me up to say, hey, you're choking on your tongue. And it turns out that over that night, I had held my breath or not taken a breath for almost a minute, 59 seconds. Yeah. Yeah.
59
So,
seconds.
and I had no idea how long this has been going on, how long my body has been, struggling to, through sleep. Um, so out of just going back to New York for Christmas, I discovered this. So yeah. And then he said, Dr. Slaughter's like, we need to get you on a CPAP right away because this is dangerous. So I'm like, okay, send it to me. I've heard all the rumors. My dad used it when he was alive. He had the whole thing. You can hear him snoring through the whole house. He'd shake the walls. So I got it, got the nose piece. It started digging in on my nose, give me a cut all the time. I'm like, this is horrible. Then I started with the pillows, like just up the nostrils. Then it started digging in the base of my nose. I'm like, this is horrible. I write to Dr. Slaughter. I'm like, what else you got? He goes, well, there's an oral appliance from Sleep Better Austin. It manipulates the jaw to try to keep the tongue out of the way. This is some of our patients have seen some good results from this. He even shared with me that he had someone who had 54 episodes an hour go down to 4. I'm like, okay, well, I'm starting at 38. So if I can go from, 38 to 1 or something, I'm good. Let's get this going. So I show up. The staff at Sleep Better Austin was amazing. They did the digital scan. First, they wanted to make sure that I was a good candidate for it with, just seeing, I mean, I have a big 18 and a half inch neck and a big tongue. So it's like, okay, I see what we're working with and why that's happening. So we did the
But yeah,
scans.
you're kind of a built guy. Like that doesn't
Yeah,
surprise me too much.
well,
But
I'm
yeah.
5'11", 5. I've been doing Muay Thai kickboxing for 14 years. I stay in really good shape. So yeah, the neck kind of got big. And
So if you were doing all that exercise, like, did it come as a surprise to you when you found out like what your episodes per hour was?
oh yeah, I was almost scared to go to sleep. I'm like, oh my goodness, how long has this been going on? Yes, that's probably why sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and feel like I never even got to sleep. And probably a reason why I was, I was taking Ambien. I was taking a sleep prescription because I was like, I've got to get some sleep tonight. I'm exhausted. I've got this job. I'm moving into a new house. I moved into a new house 3 months ago.
Good for you.
All these different things going on. I'm like, I've got to get some rest. So I didn't know, any of this was going on. So, the visit to New York was a blessing in disguise to get all this going. And then, the staff at Sleep Better gave me what's going to happen. So we're going to give you like different things to move towards, right? We're going to start you at 0 millimeters. Then we're going to go to 1, 2, 3, and we have different things. And then we're going to do sleep tests in between there to see how your, I think it's AHI at 4%, which is what my Dr. Slaughter liked to measure things at. Let's see what that is. So we started moving towards there and we came to a sweet spot at 3 millimeters. Upper 2, moving back, lower 1, going forward. And I think our best test was, I'm going to say 2.7. I wear a Fitbit watch now to bed religiously. because I want to see what my heart's doing. So along with that 2.7 at 4% of oxygen change, I believe that's what that is.
Yeah, you're
Um,
right.
my heart rate didn't go past 75, and that was when I got up for a bathroom break.
Hmm.
So I'm like,
That's
okay,
huge. That's a huge
yeah,
change.
huge change. So I was like, okay, thank goodness, because there's no way I'm going to have this thing on my face all for the rest of my life. It's just not going to happen with the hose and the cleaning and I'm like, no, I need to find another way. So we found the sweet spot, and I've been using that ever since.